Thank you, St. Chris fans, for coming back to the show for our first game of our doubleheader between our soccer matchups between St. Chris and Collegiate. Today we have a guest talking to us until he has to leave for his varsity match, which is Matt Sovich, starting winger for the varsity lacrosse team. What's the game look like so far, Matt?
It's definitely mostly collegiate right now. Saints are doing a good job defending. Townsend Sexton right there. He's had a couple saves. Good save by Connor Welch right there.
It was.
Starting in goal.
We did have Connor Welch's brother up here earlier in the booth. He said he might come on for an interview if possible, but that was a good save by Connor Welch. Another
Good pickup
good
by
save,
Connor
yep.
there. Ball went out though. A little late call by the ref.
Very late goal. I think he was trying to make it, but no one really saw it. But like we said, it's the first game of a doubleheader. St. Chris varsity soccer will be playing Collegiate at City Stadium at 7 o'clock tonight. We will be streaming it, and it will be a blackout theme if you're a student, so come out and support. Matt Sovich, what are our keys to victory for the Saints varsity game later tonight?
I definitely think that our forwards need to do a good job pressing high. Definitely need to work the ball out wide on offense, though. Get some crosses in. But we just need to attack the ball, attack the 50-50s that come towards us because you can't be scared of the ball. If you lose those, then you lose the game. But first goal is going to win the match today because it gives you all the momentum. So
That's what I've heard a lot is that whoever gets the first goal looks like they're going to be the team that's going to come out with the win. Y'all last time played them had the first two goals and ended up winning 2-1, but you guys also have two of their only 10 goals allowed this year, which is very impressive for a collegiate defense. So y'all think with getting Campbell Stalker and Jackson Carline, you think you'll have more offensive power this week?
Definitely with Campbell. I know they're playing for the rest of the season now, which is pretty good. So Campbell actually scored a goal against Collegiate. He scored our first goal. They have a hard time sticking with him, and then Jackson's just a big threat in the midfield for us. Really, really good defensively and always aggressive, always running. Has some problems with cramping from time to time, but when you're running as hard as him, it's kind of expected.
Yep, a lot of players on the team been cramping up this year, but trying to go back-to-back state champions with the soccer team. But who on this JV team has been most impressive if you watched any games this year that think could have an impact next year on the varsity team?
For next year, I've definitely seen Cash out there, number 17. He's playing pretty well. I know he's been racking up goals. Has probably the most goals on the team is what I've heard. And Jack Frankenberg, who has the ball right now, just called offsides, but he's playing pretty well. I know Kellen Welch is a fond supporter of him. And then the Parker twins, the little tiny, they're really good with the ball at their feet.
Yep, the Parker twins, like you said, they provide a big spark when they're off the field. You can tell that the energy on the field is a little odd, but like you said, Cash, when I did a game 2 weeks ago and he had 5 of the 9 goals, which it was against a Benedictine, but still providing 5 goals and an assist is very offensive power that Coach Wood, I know, will like to have next year.
Yep. See Cash moving around a lot. He's one of those players that can really play in every position for their team. He's been up top. I see him on the wing sometimes. This game, it looks like he's playing center mid.
That was a big hit right there, that number that Welch took from number 24 of Collegiate, who is Nazir Bajid.
Yeah, but Welch was a little slow to get up.
Give it up.
See him taking some deep breaths, hands on the head.
Yep, and
just got the wind knocked out of him, I'm guessing.
I got a question, Matt. So, watching these JV games, they normally bring down one of the defenders to do a goal kick, while in the varsity, your guys' goalies are kicking the goal kick. Why is that, you think?
I feel like when you're a younger player, you don't have as much as a technical aspect in goal, so you're not really focusing on goal kicks as much and providing and distributing the ball. So you're mainly just shot stopping and trying to get your hands on the ball to prevent it from going in. So, kids who are kicking the ball, like the center backs, pretty much all they do is clear the ball, just kick it as far. You see Townsend Sexton just did that. I mean, they're the ones to take it. But once you get older, it's really important for your goalie to be able to distribute the ball well, or else you're just not going to be able to build out of the back, which really is a big thing because you'll get scored on pretty easily if you can't possess the ball that well.
And then just staying on the goalie topic, y'all have two junior goalies on the team right now, both really, really good. Last time, Ben had a really good game against Collegiate. Is he the only one that's playing today, or is Dougie back?
So, yeah, Dougie's been out with a knee injury, and I'm not really sure on his status. He played in our last game against Veritas, and then I think he was planning on playing against Norfolk, which got canceled, but we'll see what happens today. I know he's wearing the brace, so he's going to warm up. We'll see how he's feeling.
This is a
Hopefully
very
we can get
sketchy
him in.
situation right here coming up. Big
Good
save by
save by
Welch, but they
Welch.
get a kick in. That's a
Unlucky.
goal for Collegiate. That's the first goal of the game at the 9:21 mark by number 21 of Collegiate. That is Taha Alidin. So, yeah, but JV Soccer has three goalkeepers in Connor, Grant, and Colin. Do you see any of them being able to come up next year, or two of them will have to come up next year? Or Connor will have to come up next year to be on the varsity no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you see him getting any impact on the team at all?
I mean, it's definitely hard with already having two goalies because you're fighting for a starting spot. Right now, they're splitting halves, so it's gonna be hard. But Connor's a good player. He's a good shot stopper. So hopefully, he can just put those abilities that he has, like he just practice them a little more, and maybe he can earn a spot in some games. But it's just gonna be harder coming from an underclassman. Joining two upperclassmen right now, so definitely when he's older, maybe
His senior year, it's going to be his year, it seems like.
It's going to be him.
So, but
And then Colin Weiss, who's not in goal right now, he's been called up to a couple practices, came to one of the games with us. He's a pretty good goalie, but noticed him playing on the field a little more. Ball scooped up by Welch though. He's good talk, good throw there. Got Jake Parker on the ball.
But this JV team, they like every goalie. It's a goalie rotation. So if you're not playing in the goal, you're dressed up as a field player. But Colin Weiss is like the only other goalkeeper that actually gets a good amount of playing time on the field.
Yep.
But he's a super athlete, really good at lacrosse. His brother was really good at soccer here. Now is playing lacrosse at Hampton Sydney. But they're very, very athletic family, so I can see him having an impact next year as a sophomore on the varsity level. This is the second time they're fixing the goal down here. Before the game, they had a little bit of an issue saying it's not centered now.
Yep.
I
We
think-
got number 4, Alex Reed, waiting to take the goal kick. Hopefully he can get one out.
Both of these teams have very big rosters, but Collegiate, they have 5 goalies, which is very surprising to see at any level. So see how Collegiate gets everyone through. While as a St. Chris fan, that everyone gets to touch the field at least a little bit throughout a game. So don't know
Yeah,
if
I
that's
know
the same
that,
on Collegiate.
Yeah, I know that Collegiate's a fan of big rosters because they had 70 people try out for their varsity soccer team, and I think they took 35, which is
Big
13
number.
13 more than we have right now. So,
Is that
They'll-
any
they'll have a big
advantages or
draft.
disadvantages?
I mean, the main advantage is just having people on the side of the field to support you, being able to have those fans on the side. I mean, it also
Does it
gives
affect
you a
anything
lot
in
of depth,
practice?
too. Yeah, I mean, with us only having 22, obviously you need 11 aside to play a scrimmage, but if someone misses practice, then you can't really go 11 on 11 full field. So with them, I guess they have a lot of room to
To have players miss
they
out
have,
or
they
get
have a whole
injured.
extra team that they could rotate in and out during practice.
Winter stays.
Yep.
But
Playing short
so far
here.
through this JV game, Collegiate's been high pressure offensively. St. Chris hasn't had a really good scoring opportunity here, while Collegiate has had a couple, but good saves by Welch. but did end up letting one get through after one tough save and just a bounce back into the front of the goal.
Yep.
But Welch has been very active to start the day.
Yep. Number 24 on Collegiate, Nasir Diggs. He's been a big factor for Collegiate's press, definitely. He's been winning most of the balls up top. Pretty quick guy.
He's the one that he didn't score their goal, but
Yeah.
he's the one that had the first shot to make Welch dive one way and allow a rebound goal for one of his teammates.
Yeah, rebounds are a very high percentage, like in soccer. It's going to bounce off the goalie's hands most of the time if you're inside the 18. So anywhere in the box, if you shoot, you should be expecting a rebound and always follow up, because it's pretty much a free goal because no one really follows them, just expecting their goalie to catch it.
That looked like a missed touch right
just
there
there.
by number 21.
Yeah, a little too much on the ball out to him, but
He was the one that scored the first goal,
Yeah.
though.
and that's Taha Aladdin. He's playing right wing for them. He's looking open pretty much. Pretty good amount. So I think number 25, August Wood, he's a sophomore. He's doing a good job sticking with him, but it's really hard to stick with number 24, Nasir Diggs, on Collegiate.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
surprised we haven't seen Colin Wishnack so far. Watching him play, he's one of the better defenders, especially clearing the ball out inside the 18. He's
Yep.
very productive, especially with his length.
Yeah,
He's like
he's
the Kellen
something-
Welch of the varsity team.
Oh, yeah, he's something we like to call a Brexit player. So that right there by Hayes Carruthers, that's what we call a Brexit tackle.
Can
Pretty
you
much
explain a little bit on that?
Yeah, so you pretty much just go in as hard as you can for a tackle. Doesn't matter if you get the ball or not. You just don't want to let the man and the ball get by you. You can let one get by you, but
Not both.
you got to stop one of them.
I love
and
that.
It's just a crippling tackle. Stop there off the
So,
free
like,
kick.
in these situations, like, I don't know too much about soccer, but why, when it's like a free kick, why is it Townsend Sexton down a little farther? He's all the way at the midline. Like, shouldn't he be down to help support, or no?
Where was he on that?
He was in the
was
top
up-
left.
Yeah, so when you're playing, I mean, obviously I'm a forward for the varsity team, so I'm one of the guys that stays up, but you don't need all your guys back. Like, you don't need all your numbers back if they don't have all their people push forward.
big
Obviously, most of the time, it's going to feel, if you have a wall, you're going to be down a couple players in the box, so you need to drop more back, and you'll have a disadvantage when you move offensively. But that's not really the focus when it's the other team's free kick, because you're defending at that point. So, I don't know. It was a little weird that they had 4 up at that point, but
That was a
he's
little.
playing. Yeah, it looks like he's playing striker right now, so he should be the designated one to be up there. But it's just wingers need to drop a little more. It's a lot of running out there, though. So,
Makes sense.
yep.
Right there, the refs had a little miscommunication. The side ref called it out of bounds, but the center ref hasn't seen the side ref too much today. Missed 2 calls by him already, which I know the coaches will have something to say later on in this game.
Yep. Good pressure by Nick Parker. First time they've really been in the Cougars' half. Got manager Ned Lumpkin looking down at me right now. And then we got the only freshman on the team, Carson Stalker, down there. He might come up for an interview later. Ask him how he's
Another
feeling
shot
about the
right there
game.
by number 24 of Collegiate, but
Maybe a surprise guest on the stream.
him and his brother look exactly alike.
Yep, Campbell Stalker, the Richmond United Academy player. Going to be helpful to have him tonight and on Friday for senior night against Woodbury. Game's at 6, and just for
7,
the
I
rest of
thought.
the season. Yep,
Was it at 7 or 6? It's at 7.
6.
It's at 7.
6. No, it's at 6. They changed it.
They did?
Yeah. I don't know. That game's been moving around a lot. Townsend Sexton with the ball. Good touch, just a little too far away from him. There's Jake.
Seven. I thought you were talking about tonight. All right, we're back. What do you think offensively for St. Chris right now that for them to be able to get a goal or press a little bit more they need to do on the offensive side or defensive side because defense really starts the offense in soccer a lot of the time. So how do you
Yeah.
get that to happen?
Um, they're getting beat in the middle right now, so that's the main factor with soccer is playing through the middle because obviously that's where the goals are positioned. They're positioned in the middle. So if you can control the middle of the field, then you'll get the goal faster. So they're playing really wide right now. I think the wingers need to pinch in a little. They shouldn't need to play two up top if they're struggling defensively right now. They should definitely drop one back because we're only 19 minutes into the game. There's no need to focus so offensively when they should just be figuring out their defense first and then like slowly progress offensively because I'm sure one will come. I don't think they've gone scoreless in any games this year. Maybe a couple, but
Yeah, they
they're a
normally
pretty good
score
team.
at least once. They got pretty high powered offensive guys like you said with the Parker twins and especially Cash.
Yeah, very
So
controversial call by there.
but I would like to highlight, even though Collegiate does have one goal, uh, Connor Welch does have four saves. You could
Yeah.
arguably it say five, but four definite saves so far, and it's only been 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah. And then he's definitely just been a factor of closing down the shot, making them go wide. So could have some saves there, but making himself big in front of the goal so they can't even have a spot to squeeze it in. That they just end up shooting it wide of the goal.
You'd love to see your goalie making
Yeah.
saves, but you don't want to see him making that many saves. That means the
Yeah.
ball is getting through your defense pretty effectively, which is
Might
never
have
a
to
good
make
sign.
another here, but it's good defense
By
by
number 9.
Miles O'Brien. He's a freshman, or
Nah, he's a
no,
10th
he's
grade.
a sophomore. My bad.
Good cross right there, but
Ooh.
bad touch. That could have been the second goal by
Yeah.
number 21, Daha Aladdin. But
Always in the right place at the right time.
that's the second time today he's touched it a little bit too hard. Earlier he got a little pass up through, and he touched it a little too hard.
Got some members of the varsity soccer team down there cheering on the JV guys. Always love to see that.
Yep.
Got Grayson DeCosmo and Beckett Schofield.
But the goalie Ben.
Yep.
So
And then we got leading scorer Jack Bleacher down there for the Saints.
what time do
He's
y'all
having
have to
a fun
leave for
time.
today?
5:30 is when we're heading out.
5:30 is
so
when y'all's heading out.
Yep, got about
An
an
hour.
hour and 10 minutes until I gotta go.
The
But
game may even be done
probably
by then.
yeah, probably closer to 5, so I
Yeah.
can get dressed
Yeah,
and
no.
everything. But
For sure, you can go at halftime, but
yeah,
we love having you on the show, the broadcast, anytime you're able
yeah.
to join. But St. Chris has been on the offensive side a little bit the last 2 minutes pretty strongly, so you like to see that they're getting into the game a little bit. As one would say, getting their feet a little wet, so it's very strong. As we just have walked through the door, Grayson DeCosmo.
Captain Grayson DeCosmo, number 10 on the varsity soccer team. Grayson, how do you feel about the collegiate game tonight?
I'm pretty excited. Should be a good match. You know, just want to soak in the moment. It's gonna be a class game.
What do you want to say to the students that will come out and support?
Yeah, you know what? Thank you. It's part of what makes this school special. A lot of community buy-in, lots of school support for the athletics program. So it's really cool.
Yeah, definitely means a lot to have our fans come out and watch, especially because it's collegiate senior night tonight, so they will definitely have a lot of fans.
Yep.
So it's good to counter that.
I've asked Matt already, but what do you think are the keys to victory today?
The keys for victory are definitely effort, number one. I mean, it's a rivalry game. So you got to come out, exceed their intensity. But number two, it's going to be how clinical we can be, composure in front of goal. Because, you know, maybe you get one chance, first few minutes, you got to bury it, and that completely changes the game. So if you can be clinical in front of goal and turn your shots into goals, that's going to be the most important thing.
Good
in my
defense
opinion.
from number 15.
We saw that
Charlie
already in this
Blanton.
JV game. 1 yard out, can't put it away. He's going to be kicking himself for that. So those are the kind of finishes you need to complete if you want to win these type of games.
And one last question: who on this JV team, even though you're a senior, who do you think next year will have the biggest impact to help out Coach Wood next year?
Jake Parker, completely class player, one of the best I've ever seen. The ball at his feet. He has a golazo in him, a bombaclat, so he can definitely contribute to the team.
Love to hear that for one of the Parker twins. But here's another goal kick by number 4, Alex Reed of St. Chris.
Yeah, while Grayson was talking, like the highlight, Taha got back in the box. Saints defense is really struggling sticking with him right now, so hopefully they can tactically figure that out.
Just both of the
Going
players on the
short.
right side, number 24 and 21.
Going short against the press is very interesting. Haven't seen that too much. Good defense by Charlie Blanton. Could have been a handball.
That's what I was about to say. It looked like
Yeah,
it could have been
luckily
accidentally handball.
his arm was considered a part of his body there, since it was resting on his stomach. If it was sticking away from his torso, then they definitely would have called that, but got a little lucky there. A little nutmeg by Nick Parker there, doing some fancy footwork, but eventually sticks with it.
Good
Passes it
clear
back
out
to
by
August,
August.
clears it. Townsend running after it, and same with Frankenberg.
It was a transfer
goes
from
Cash.
Stewart.
See if Cash can get there. Stays with it. Good to force him back. Collegiate not looking too good right now. Good defense by Frankenberg. He's a fun fact about Frankenberg that he's a very invested person in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Where'd you learn that one from?
Kellen Welch.
Oh, peer
Man, he was
advisor.
just up here, yep.
Yep.
Peer advisory.
That is a cool fact to know.
Yep. Very talented in BJJ.
Actually. Here comes a throw in from St. Chris. Looks like it is Charlie Blanton. Yup, it is.
Good flick by Miles Carlone right there. Brother of Jackson Carlone on the varsity team.
St. Chris needs to get back right here. This could be a scary situation for them.
Number 24, Nasir running after it again. Can get a cross off. Good block, though.
By Alex Reed. That was a great cross and great speed use by number 23 or 24 for Collegiate, Nazir.
He's doing a good job back there, especially since he has to step up as a freshman to play. What I would say is the second hardest position on the field, center back, because, like I said earlier, middle controls most of the field. It's the third of the field that you really have to worry about the ball being in. And as a freshman, he's doing a really good job defending right now.
Oh,
I'd say
scary situation. Clear that out as Alex Reed does, but
see if Jake Parker can. He did not clear it. Miles going for a clear, good clear.
That was a good clear.
Frankenberg looking for a touch.
well, that's
Tried
a
to
little
lay it
bad
off to
call.
Cash, but hit off the wrong part of his leg. See if anyone can step to number 4, Thomas Gregory, a captain. Easily scooped up by Welch, though.
That would be Welch's 6th save of the day. But
Header by number
right
10,
now,
Colin
that looked like
McCullough.
it could have been handball, but it's not called. But St. Chris can't get it past the midline right now for the past 3 minutes. Collegiate's been all over them as they're
Yeah.
pushing it up right now.
Looks like a 5-on-3. Luckily, the Saints got back now, but whenever I play Collegiate, it normally starts off by the Saints going down a goal or two. Luckily, that didn't happen the most recent time we played them, but it always ends
Today,
up in a
y'all
Saints
cannot
victory.
go down because Collegiate is #1 in the state, so
Yeah.
they don't give up many goals. So if you go down 2 goals, it's gonna be hard to
Agreed.
get back. But 1 goal is manageable. But if y'all let up 2 quick goals, it's gonna be a scary sight. I
Yeah.
know last year y'all played them. It was a 5-3 game. The last time y'all played them, which is very high scoring, especially for Collegiate.
Yep. Last time in City Stadium, it was 3-3, which was last year, until around the 70th minute in a 90-minute game, and then our coach made what I would say is a good tactical decision, just bad execution by the team to change from a 4-5-1 to attack with 2 strikers and a 3-5-2. But unfortunately, we were down defensively because Collegiate had 3 up top playing a 4-3-3. So they countered our 3-back system really easily and were able to score 2 goals and win 5-3, giving them the Prep League title, which was a little unfortunate. But
They
this
don't
year
have the state title though.
they don't have the 2022 state title.
That's for sure.
Hopefully we can strip the Prep League title from them this year, because we've played 2 Prep League games out of 5, and every other team has either finished or played 4 games. So if we're able to win out, then the Prep League title would belong to us, considering Collegiate's 4-0 right now, the only team. So all they need.
They're 4-0.
um,
Didn't they lose to y'all though, or is that not a Prep League game technically at that point? That was a good shot right there, but barely missed from Collegiate.
So when they lost, that wasn't a league game. We play them twice in a year, but we're in the league game tonight for the Prep League. So hopefully if we win tonight, then we can win out our games this Friday against Woodbury, and then
Saturday at Fall
Also-
Festival.
yep, and Tuesday next week our Norfolk Academy game got rescheduled. So that's our last Prep League game. So
Is that when does state starts? The week after that, or later that Friday? Correct.
yep, so states should be starting in 2 weeks
Oh.
if we are able
To
to
get a top 4
nudge
seed.
into the top 4.
You're at
Otherwise
5 right
it'll
now,
start.
right?
Yep. So otherwise it'll start next Friday.
So both of our varsity sports are number 5 in the visa for football, and same for soccer. So
It's number
tough
7,
spots.
Quinn Pace, a captain, gets the ball back, but he's caught off sides. Good save by Welch though, even though it's after the play.
That was a good shot though as well. I'll tell you, it was going to the top corner. Down here on the sideline, the side ref is talking to the varsity players that we mentioned about earlier.
Yep,
Just
definitely
laughing it
joking
up.
around about
Yeah.
that offsides call. I know when I'm down there sometimes we like to heckle the ref a little bit. Of course in a friendly way, but like to help him make the calls for the game.
For the team we want, of course.
Oh yeah. Good clear by Charlie Blanton there.
So
Freshman in Riley and I's advisory.
yeah. So soccer, I don't know too much about soccer, but does size matter during soccer? Because like in other sports, it does.
Yeah, that's a good question, because there's advantages, not many of them, to being a smaller player, but there's a lot of disadvantages. So, I mean, an easy advantage to say is that you can get fouls easier. So if you're going up against a bigger player, and even if it's not a foul, it's shoulder to shoulder.
Good steal there by
If you
Townsend
fall
as he
over.
crosses it over.
Yeah, if you fall over, then the ref's likely to call it. But so that's like a disadvantage for a bigger player. If you're going against a smaller player, that they call a foul a lot easier. But sometimes most of the refs will see that even though it's a smaller player, it's just
It's a normal
what we
play.
like to say, a weight room issue.
Yep. 'Cause the reason I asked is because this St. Chris team has been one of the smaller JV teams they've had in a while, size-wise, not number-wise.
Yeah,
So
definitely a younger team too. See, I think 6 or 7 freshmen on the field right now.
which is good for the future of just the soccer program.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the JV, but just for St. Chris as soccer in total, as there's Kellen Welch out there now.
Walking out to the field
Coming
to support his
brother.
brother.
Yup.
Brother in goal. Having a pretty good game. Only letting one in.
One
Which
in, but
was,
it's a lot of
More of a
targets.
defensive error. Yep, a lot of targets. A lot of shots on goal. He's had a good amount of saves. I believe 6, right?
Correct. 6 saves so far for him.
Yeah, that's pretty good for not even being done with the half yet. Being a third of the way through this first half.
Yep. We got 6 more minutes in the first half till it's over this JV matchup.
Good defense by Miles Carlone right there, winning the ball.
His brother's also out here watching
Pass to
him.
Nick Parker.
Would you say that was a
definitely
weight
be
room?
Disadvantage, yep, of being a smaller player. But, oh.
And now they
Yeah.
call it against him for
Yeah,
what
a
he
little
just
push
did.
in the back. It's a little obvious when you keep the arms up. Like Coach Wood likes to talk about using your chicken wing. Just sticking a little elbow out instead of lifting your arms up and putting them in someone's back, which is definitely something you cannot do. Short ball off this free kick to number 4, Thomas
They shoot
Gregory.
it up. That's
Another
Connor's
save by Welch.
those are
7
like
saves.
gimme saves. I feel like sometimes those are just possession changers.
Yeah,
Like just slow lobbing
definitely
shots.
slows down momentum. Just gives the team a little bit to reset. Because it's never a good thing when you have a free kick in your own half going against you. Townsend
Be a lot
Sexton
more
couldn't
dangerous
chase down that
situations.
ball. Collegiate's defense is doing a really good job right now. Actually, I don't know if their defense is doing a great job. We haven't seen much of them yet.
It's a lot
but
more riding. Or
yeah, their offense is doing a good job possessing the ball in the Saints' half.
oh, here comes pushing up on the left side of Collegiate, but great defense right there by Crothers. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna split that double team right there.
Yeah.
They might be pretty small, but their footwork's pretty good.
Yeah. Giving a lot of space to Collegiate, though. Definitely need to close down a little sooner. Seeing Hayes go in, he's a pretty good player.
That was a good touch right
Yeah.
there.
Good chip over Collegiate's captain. But he's able to win it back. Hayes looks a little gassed right now. But the Saints will win the ball back.
But you're talking about him being gassed. Like St. Chris normally subs a lot, especially by this time in the game.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen too many subs today. There's been a couple of subs, like four or 5 subs, but normally by this time every person that started has been off the field at least once, and that's not been the case today.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's maybe a little bit more strategy coming in today, knowing it's the Collegiate Cougars that they're playing against.
Yeah. Subbing is definitely a very important thing, but you need to
Don't want to sub too much.
Yeah, you need to know how to do it wisely and how to use your subs, because once you get to a professional level, you only have 3 subs a game. So you need to know when to use those, and you got to get your stamina up. So obviously, as the season goes on, players build more stamina. Coming off from the summer where definitely just lounging in their house, maybe going out to CCV to the golf course or something, but
They're not playing soccer, running around every day.
yep,
for
I
sure.
definitely had a very hard time getting back in shape at the start of the season.
But now, I bet you're in some really good shape, though.
Yep, I can run full 90 minutes now, so
It's good to see because St. Chris is going to need your help today,
oh yeah.
scoring as many goals as you all possibly can. As a ball slips through right here, but one of the bigger players for St. Chris can muscle his way through as another very slow shot from Collegiate comes out.
Yep. Shot was off target, but still picked up by Connor Welch.
Big punt.
Yeah, big punt there. Won by Collegiate, though.
So, like, when you punt it, like, even it's going to be a 50-50 ball.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what goes through, like, a soccer player's mind? Like, why do you punt it instead of just kicking it to one of your defensive backs or whatever you guys call them?
So the main rule of a punt, offense or defense, mainly on defense, is don't let the ball bounce. Because if the ball bounces, you never know how high it's going to bounce or how far forward it's going to bounce. So it definitely puts you in a tricky spot not knowing where the ball is going to go. So if the goalie's, like, what's going through the goalie's head, his psychological aspect, he's definitely
Trying to let it
trying
bounce.
to put the other half under some pressure because obviously in this game there hasn't been much. I don't think there's any shots on goal for the Saints right now or any shots at all, but hopefully Connor Welch with another save there.
It's a little scary situation.
A slow roller, but we'll see what Connor does because when they go short, yep, another long ball. Let's see.
But with Collegiate pressing up, the long balls are going to be more effective and
Yep.
a better decision than just rolling out to one of your sides because so far we've seen today the attacking can ride very well for this
Yep.
defense.
And that's definitely a good example of why you don't want to let the ball bounce because you saw the ball go right over the Collegiate defender's head. Then he was in a tricky spot. Good defense by him, though, getting the ball out. When in doubt, kick it out. It's a saying.
When in doubt, get out.
Yep. Jake Parker kind of gave up there after getting beat. Charlie Blanton
That was
trying
a
to
good
chase down.
Pass
Great
forward,
ball,
but
though.
it's going to be
Yeah.
off him and should be St. Chris ball.
Yep, should be a goal kick.
That's what it will be. But it's the end of the half, so it's 0-1 Collegiate after the 40 minutes. We'll be back after halftime. Any last words, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, good luck, Saints. Hopefully they can capitalize in the second half, just tying it or maybe get a couple goals to get the win. Defense was looking a little better at the end of the half. I know Collegiate ended up taking off their star player in this year and then the press kind of died down a little, but I think they're starting to ease into the game, get a little more used to it, but hopefully they can capitalize.
All right, well, thank you for coming on for the first half.
Yep, thank you.
Welcome back to the soccer matchup between your St. Christopher Saints and the Collegiate Cougars. It's 1-0 for Collegiate with number 20 or 21 Taha Aladdin scoring their only goal, but as well as Connor Welch having 6 saves. So, many shots coming in for Collegiate in the first half. And if you were here in the first half, you know we had Matt Sovich on the call in the first half, but sadly he will not be on the call the second half due to him getting ready to go play Collegiate at 7 today, which we will be streaming at City Stadium. So it's a nice doubleheader that we have today. So after the first minute of the first half, you can already see some changes that St. Chris has made defensively by just pushing the ball up straight up the field, straight clears, and not trying to pass it through the defense, but just get it to the other side as quick as possible, allow their forwards to do some damage with it. But a key player that St. Chris does not have today is William Newman. Has not been seen today, which is very surprising as Collegiate gets a second goal today, and that is number 24 Nazir Dizmahid. That is his second goal, or that is his first goal, Collegiate's second goal, but he's been a rock star today. He was the reason why they scored their first goal. Got a shot off. Connor Welch did save it, but rebounded off and was scored by his teammate. But 24 has been all over the field, especially riding in the offensive half, keeping the ball on their side, and he's a freshman, so it's a bright spot for Collegiate. But going down 2-0 is very exciting to see. If you're a St. Chris fan, you don't want to lose this game, but they come up here, opportunity right here, but number 7 for Collegiate will be there. That is Quinn Pace, one of their captains. And this St. Chris ball goes up to Miles Carline. It was a handball. That was a handball by number 9 William Smith, another one of their captains. But St. Chris will be having a free kick right here by number 8 Nick Parker. This is the opportunity St. Chris needs if they can capitalize on it. Gets a kick, but that was a little bit too horizontal to the goal from his spot. Like, he didn't put in enough positioning right there for St. Chris to get a scoring opportunity out of that. But it's been the biggest opportunity they've had today. But St. Chris, I think, if they want to have a shot in this game, they need to score by the 15-minute mark, 20-minute mark to be able to come back or even tie the game up. So, but there's another scoring opposition right here, and they score right there. Number 24 once again, Nazir Dizmahad with his second goal of the game. He has been all over the place, like I said. So it's now 3-0 after the first 4 minutes. Collegiate has scored 2 goals. Not a good start for St. Chris. And after they score 2 goals, Collegiate does sub out one of their captains, number 7, Quinn Pace. So they score, and then they say, let's put some of our players that don't get too much playing time in after they're up 3-0. So St. Chris, you need to score immediately, or it's not going to look bright for y'all to come back and have a shot at this game. Right there, number 27, Jake Parker, almost got by there, but did go out by Collegiate number 5, so throw in right there by August will be coming up. Off of Hayes Carruthers' head. And there's this opportunity up here that possibly could get here if Miles Carline can beat him there, but number 9 of Collegiate, one of their captains, William Smith, would get there. And that was a great goal right there by number 8 of St. Chris, Nick Parker. Just went off of number 9's foot for Collegiate. Thought he cleared it out, but Nick Parker, right place, right time, and hit a nice shot from about, I would say, 15 yards out. So that was a great shot. And after that, you can just see the energy on the players for St. Chris go up, and they hustled back to the spot knowing that they could score, that they're still in this game. So one goal in the first half between the between the two teams, and after the first 5 minutes, there's already been 3 goals between the two teams, and St. Chris could have another possible chance of scoring right up here, but looks like Collegiate will get it out. And the Collegiate coach is screaming at their players to get it to the outside. They want to attack from the outside and get a cross in, as it looks like they're about to do it right now. They do. And that looked a little sketchy, but it's going to go out of bounds and will be a goalie kick. And subbing for St. Chris right now, that is Miles O'Brien, number 9, coming in for number 21, Trey Mallett. Right now, that's Hayes Carruthers battling with what seems to be Collegiate's best player today. So it's a good fight right there between those two players. Good interception by Nick Parker right there, trying to dribble it through. So after Nick scores, he has a lot more confidence and aggression throughout the whole field. But if he's trying to get that ball on the defensive side, so he has a chance to score, which first half you didn't see him playing too much defense or aggressive defense. You like to see him being a little bit more aggressive, especially down 2. Alex Reed will be kicking it out. Right there's Cash Kisner playing good defense. Gets it up to Hayes. Hayes is trying to get through 3 guys. Gets a lucky touch off of and Collegiate gets a kick out, but it will be a corner kick for St. Chris. This is what St. Chris has been looking for. Little momentum, a lot more offensive touches, and it looks like the goalie for St. Chris for Collegiate isn't too big or like covering up a lot of the goal, like lengthy, like as what you want in a goalie. So possible outside shots could work against him. That was a good save right there by Collegiate's player number 13. That is Freddie Reed. But better play right there by O'Brien. Be a throw in for St. Chris. Down there below me is Ned filling up the old Gatorade for the varsity soccer game later today. It's a yellow Gatorade. He put a bunch of water bottles in there. More subbing right now for St. Chris. That is Charlie Blanton in there for Jack Frankenberg. And Miles has another opportunity. Tries to kick it up there for the other Parker. That would be Jake Parker. See if they both can get a goal today. Scary opportunity. He does kick it. That's number 24 for Collegiate. Nazir, who's already had 2 goals today. Don't know exactly what they called right there, but it will be Collegiate's ball, and it looks like they will get a free kick. So a big free kick coming up here at the 10-minute mark in the second. second half. If Collegiate scores on this, it looks like the game might be out of reach. But so far, after the first 2 goals that Collegiate put in the second half at the 2-minute mark, St. Chris has been all over Collegiate, been a lot more aggressive, been pushing the ball through the defense with more crosses and through passes, which has been working effectively to get already 3 shots off on Collegiate's goalkeeper, who I don't know is today because they have 5 of them and he's not wearing a number. So, sorry. But there's a wall of 4 St. Chris defenders in front of the goal right now. And Connor Welch would be playing on the left side. Fake kick. That was a little planned, but read perfectly by St. Chris right there. Good play right there by numbers 27 of St. Chris, Jake Parker. It was about to be a corner kick, and it looked like he saved it to go out for a throw-in, but I really don't know what they call it because it looks like Jake is arguing something to the ref. It will be a throw-in, and good collapsion by a lot of St. Chris defenders right there, but better moves by a Collegiate player right there. Collegiate's going backwards as we're speaking. That might be a little too far of a pass, and it will be. Number 16 for Collegiate, Connor Chapman, tried to save it, but had enough momentum to roll it out. Big stuff right there by August. Miles gets a little mag, but not enough power on there. And it's a little miscommunication right there by both teams, but looks like it might end up with Cash Kistner pushing it up for St. Chris, but big play right there by number 12 of Collegiate, but passes it right back to Nick Parker. Up to Miles Carline, who will probably kick it back to Nick, but better steal right there. And just kicked out by number 16 of Collegiate, that's Connor Chapman. Ooh, a big whiff by number 9 of Collegiate, and big pass right there. Another pass, see if we get a cross in there, but it's kicked out by Collegiate number 8. He is not on the depth chart, so don't know who exactly number 8 is. But that was a good kick out by him. And that would be a goal kick. That scary events for Collegiate, but ending out with a goal kick. Miles Carline just mishandled it and just dribbled out of bounds. And Collegiate makes a sub. Number 7, Quinn Pace, the captain's back in for number 16, Connor Chapman. Good play right there. Oh, a little miscommunication right there by St. Chris that almost ended really badly, but they're recovered enough, but Collegiate's still pushing up through here. Has an opportunity right here, possibly. Great defense by O'Brien for a second. Great save right there by Welch, and that will be his 9th of the day. Quick reaction time right there, right on the goal, and kicked it to his left side and just dove and saved it, but dribbled out, and luckily one of the Saints defenders were there to stop it. Big header. It's going to be all the way out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for St. Chris. Nick Parker will be throwing it in. A missed kick by number 8 and a really slow shot right there by number 27, Jake Parker. You could hear him yell after he shot it. I think he thought he was closer to the goal than he actually was, so he was just trying to place it on Cage instead of just shooting it as hard as possible. But he gets the ball back here for possibly another opportunity. But great defense right there by Nazir, who is rolling on the ground right now. He is up, luckily, and it will be Collegiate's ball with a free kick. I don't know if they're able to make this kick, but yep, good see by Nick Parker. I was about to say kick it all the way over there, and it would have been a very productive kick, but they do it anyway, and Nick is there to stop it. They get the ball up to Cash Kisner, trying to get it through, but ends up back with Nick, who gets a through and a missed touch by Alex Reed. But a little kick up through, and Jake Parker did not see that coming, and I think it's going to be all the way out. But it will be all the way out. It'll be a goalie kick for Collegiate. The 16-minute mark, it is 1-3 Collegiate with about 30 or 24 minutes left in the game. Oh, that was a bad header by O'Brien right there. Hit off the back / top of his head, and it's a one-on-one with the goalie, and he scores for Collegiate. I can't tell what number it is because it's so far away. But that was a great goal right there from Collegiate. I think it might be number 12, Tyler Pete. But can't tell. He's running this way. It's number 13 right there. That is Freddie Reed for his first goal of the game. And a missed touch by St. Chris O'Brien, and ends up in a goal. Like, jumped a little too early or a little too late, depending on when you jump, but it hit the back / top of his head and just rolled straight directly towards his own goal and allowed Collegiate to get a goal off of it. So it's 1-4 with 23 minutes left. Brian trying to make it up. And there's a handball right there caused by Townsend Sexton. Good clear up from Miles. Tries to header. That was too early of a jump in. Just trying to get it back to Nick Parker, but he's getting double teamed. Gets it to Alex Reed. Now Jake Parker trying to split a double team and does not work. A great pass up, but looks like Connor Welch will be out there to get in. He is. So be St. Chris goalie with the ball, with down by 3. He punts it out. And right there, that's what Matt Sovich was talking about when we had him. Being smaller isn't always better, but sometimes you do get advantages like that. Like number 7 probably wouldn't have gotten that call if it was against a guy about his size. He wouldn't have been able to push over Nick Parker as easily. But with being that smaller, maybe you're the same strength, but you're able to sell it better and just flop a little bit more and get the penalty calls for that. But it works out in your favor. Like right there, that was a little bit of a big shove in the back, but not called. That is a very delayed and late call right there by the official. It looked like it went out. All the players thought it went out, but no one caught anything. So Nick Parker with his IQ said, keep playing, and then the ref all of a sudden said, no, it did go out. So now they have to reset. So very unfortunate events right there for St. Chris. Oh, good kick up, and that's number 23, which is goalie, and Connor Welch makes his 10th save of the game. That's a double-digit saves for Connor Welch. But that was a good look for Collegiate. I know number 23 will want that opportunity back, Declan McGain. They call that out, but it looked close from here, but we're so far away, it's hard to tell. missed touches here by St. Chris, and they're just popping it up. And against a team like this that has taller guys than you down there, you don't want to always pop it up because they'll be able to just easy headers, which right there you saw Collegiate get, but it will be St. Chris's ball, I think, for a throw-in. That was a big throw-in to no one, and it just kept rolling. But good jump right there by Townsend Sexton, a freshman, one of my peer advisors. Shout out. Number 13 for Collegiate gets past him, passes it off. Big save right there for Connor Welch. Back-to-back big saves, and that is number 11 for him. I know I keep mentioning that, but having that many saves in a soccer game is never what you want for any team because, I mean, it's one team. It's not your greatest shot selection, not putting it great accuracy for him to get 11 saves. But for the other hand, you should never be allowing that many saves or that many shots. 11 saves with 4 points already scored. That's 15 shots on cage that you've had or have allowed, which it's never what you want as a defense. So I know the coaches will be talking to them after the game, especially later this week. And right there, they just called that he didn't pull the ball back farther enough behind his head for Collegiate. So it will be St. Chris ball. Good defense right there by Collegiate, number 7. That's one of their captains, Quinn Pace. Oh, little missed touch right there for Nick Parker, trying to get it to Hayden Doyle, I think. But Hayden Doyle wasn't ready for it, so it was just a little too hard to the other team. And now you see St. Chris subbing a little bit more of their players in. Hayden Doyle is in there now. Number 19, Keane Stewart's in there, who both of those players were not in during the first half, I believe. So now getting them in and getting them chances. Good interception by Townsend Sexton right there, trying to push it up. And I don't know what they're calling, pulling out a yellow against Collegiate, but it looks like Miles just ran into Townsend, but they're going to say they pushed Miles into him. And that would be a yellow card for number 7 of Collegiate, and he accepts it, so he knows he did something wrong. But here comes a free kick from Townsend. I'd kick it into the penalty box if I was them. Oh, that was a great shot opportunity, a little too high from Miles Carline, but that's exactly what you want. If you're able to put that on cage, it's a 2-4 game with 17 minutes left, so if that could have been a big sway in momentum, but now you're still down by 3 with about 16 minutes left. If you're Collegiate, you love to see your team still being very, very aggressive and not just settling the ball and trying to kick it around for 15 minutes just to end the game. They're being aggressive. They want to keep scoring. They want to run the score up if possible. But St. Chris, they're a good enough team. It's going to be hard to do that. Just 2 unfortunate goals to start this second half really made it difficult for them to come out. I think it should really be a 2-1 game right now, but instead it's 1-4. It looks like that should have been something called there, but nothing's going to be called. But it looks like St. Chris will still end up with the ball. Back to Miles Carline. And just off of a Collegiate defender who has a cast on it. That's number 22, Carter Shields. Playing with a cast over there. Not a big deal. Soccer's not supposed to touch your hands, so let them play. A big throw-in right there by Charlie Blandon. Big defensive play right there by O'Brien, but kicked it into the penalty box with no one near. So hard to do anything right there. And they said the goalie was outside the box when he kicked it. So this is a big free kick opportunity right here for St. Chris. Benedictine does have a very big wall set up with number 19, 9, 8, and I think, can't tell who that last number is, 7. So 2 of their captains and 2 other really big players to build a very big wall as Nick Parker shoots it and gets really close to the goal. That opportunity might be like considering passing it to someone. Get that wall to separate, pass it back to Nick Parker, let him shoot it from there. But instead he tries to kick it over top of the wall into the corner. It doesn't really work most of the time, but it's a good shot opportunity with 14 minutes left in the game. As if you're here at school, you start seeing the varsity soccer team gradually walk out, get ready to leave for their game to head to City Stadium. Good plays right there by Alex Reed, but just lost it, and it will be St. Chris's ball. Coach Cousins ran over there to save the ball for his team as Alex Reed has it. Passed it to Nick Parker. He makes a move. He's going to shoot it, and it's a little soft shot. Looked like it was deflected off of someone or had a lot of curve to it. If that bounced, it could have ricocheted in the goal, but goalie caught it in enough time, and that will just be out of bounds. Goalie just kicked it out of bounds. I don't know what happened there. Didn't look like the Collegiate guy jumped and went right above his head. If he jumped, he would definitely have been able to header it. Hidden Doyle has the ball, though. Kick back to Townsend Sexton. He's going to kick it up. Great defense right there by O'Brien to Nick Parker. Nick Parker and Hayden Doyle on not the right communication level, and it would be a kick out of bounds. And Collegiate number 7 will be throwing the ball in, Quinn Pace. And Quinn will be getting subbed off right now as we speak for number 5 of Collegiate. That is Watson Andrews. They called something, don't know exactly what, but it would just be a re-throw in a little bit closer for St. Chris. It's just a redo of a throw in, I believe. Smart play right there by Nick Parker. He wanted to force it, but decides not to. It looks like this will be out off of Collegiate and will be St. Chris ball. Oh, the head official in the middle calls it St. Chris, or calls it Collegiate ball, and overrules the sideline official, and so it would be Collegiate's ball. And they will get a throw in, but first Collegiate wants to sub again, so looks like Collegiate's getting through some of their players and putting in a second goalie as we're speaking. When you have 5 goalies like they do, you need to get at least 1 or 2 in through a game. So good to see that they are. But once again, they don't have numbers on their goalie jerseys, so I can't tell you who they exactly are. Be a throw in for St. Chris right now. It's Charlie Blinton throwing the ball in. That was a little odd play right there that got kicked right into Collegiate's player's stomach, and he knocked a little wind out of him, but he's still good. He's still playing. Townsend Sexton to Hayden Doyle. Little missed touch by Hayden. Good save right there from number 18 of Collegiate. Jack Porter for Collegiate has the ball, kicks it up to Nizier. Nizier gets it stolen by O'Brien, which is hard to do against Nizier, who we've seen today already has 2 of their 4 goals and is very fast. Great dribbling skills as well. And another big defensive stand right there by O'Brien. Looked like they're about to have Nizier open again in the middle. And possible look right here. It's a 3-on-1 on the left side. And great recovery by O'Brien just to kick the ball out. And with 8 minutes left, both teams will be subbing in 2 guys for each team. And that's Jake Parker coming in for St. Chris for Kian, and someone coming in for Hayden Doyle. Can't see who it is. Can't tell who it is that came in for Hayden Doyle, but it is a sub for Hayden Doyle. Connor Welch is in the goal, but it looks like he's limping a little bit after that kick. He's limping on his right leg, so you can tell he's not 100% right now, but he wants to grind this game out, get through it, because he's had a heck of a day, even allowing up 4 goals. 3 of the goals have been one-on-one right in front of him and the guy with the ball, so it's hard to defend those anytime as a goalie, especially in soccer. Good defensive play right there by Townsend. Sexton's going to push it up. Opportunity to Miles. It was a little bit too behind him. And Collegiate guy kicks it right into his teammate. And opportunity right here out for Jake Parker. Getting through. Wants to go back to the middle. Get a through opportunity. But saw that a little too late. But Hayes Carruthers was open. Hayes brings it out to Jake. Jake makes a good dribble play. Another one. Trying to go back to the right. He has his brother behind him, but he wants to make a play, as we can see, but it's not working out. Big kick up to the front and just gathered by Connor Welch. Great idea, great look by Miles Carline, but better defensive play right there by Collegiate. That looked like that could have been something called there, but nothing's called. Jake Parker has the ball, but just turns it over again and gets a little shrug up. He's mad. He doesn't like the score of the game, and nothing's really going his way this game, but great defense right there by Townsend Sexton as I speak. Nizier pushing it up again, trying to get a hat trick throughout this game, but great defensive play by St. Chris. Even with 5 minutes left and down 3, knowing it's not the greatest opportunity, but they are pushing right here, and that was a missed touch right there by Charlie Bland. He was zooming down the left side. Him and Nick Parker were playing a 1-2 touch all the way down, and one missed touch and it goes out of bounds, and he puts his head up knowing he wants that back. Another opportunity, one-on-one goal right here by Nazir, and he just misses it wide left. I thought he was about to get his hack trick for this game, but a little too far to the left. He had an opportunity to score. There was just one-on-one. Yeah, defenders were closing it on the right side, but normally you want to finish those plays, and I know he wants that back. And there he is picking the ball off again. It's hard to clear it past him. Smart play right there by Townsend Sexton, getting it up and out quick before Collegiate can set up. But there's Nazir again. He is all over the place, to say the least. He has a motor. Number 14 for Collegiate just had the ball. Jake pushed it out to the left. Great move right there, but it will be called offsides and will be St. Chris ball. As we speak, the varsity soccer team is leaving, heading off to City Stadium for their matchup between them and Collegiate on Collegiate senior night. And there's another goal right there by Nazir, his third of the game. And that was a great pass through and great touch by him that time. Put it directly to the back right corner, and that will be the 5th goal of the game for Collegiate, pushing the score up 5-1. But right there, Nazir has his 3rd goal of the game. So it's not a pretty sight to see. Not the way St. Chris wanted to go down this game or in their season, because I've seen them play better ball. But a team like this, when you get down early, down 1-0, it's nothing. You go into halftime, re-talk about it, try to fix things up. But it looked like for the first 2 minutes they did fix something. Then the next 3 minutes, the Collegiate scored 2 quick goals, and by the 5-minute mark, they were up 3-0. Even with a quick respawn by the 7-minute mark, St. Chris brought the game back into 2, being 3-1. But since then, it's been all Collegiate, with St. Chris not being on the same page as their teammates, as we talk about right there, we see right there, and just everyone trying to play their own game instead of working together to get back into the game. As Nazir has another opportunity, but kicks it into August's chest. Great look right there by Nazir. He's having one heck of a game, but another great save by Connor Welch. I know I've been talking about the score a lot, but 5-1, that's a big score. But Connor Welch came today to play. I would say 3 of the 5 goals have been one-on-ones. So if those should go in most of the time, that's 3 goals. It should be 2-1 with non-one-on-one goals. And St. Chris hasn't had an option all day for one-on-one goals. And right there was another little miscommunication by Collegiate players. By number 14, that's Jake as well, with the goalie. So the goalie said it was his ball, and then Jake just kicked it out instead of allowing the goalie to gather it and punt it away, as there's 30 more seconds left in this game. St. Chris wants to try to get another opportunity if possible. Miles Carline, I thought he could have shot that. Instead, he tries to pass it over, and nothing really there. Now Collegiate's just wasting the clock. That was a great through pass, but Trey Mallet will be back there to gather it. And Connor Welch will have the ball, kick it up, and that will be the game. The game is over. 5-1 is your final score between the matchup of JV Soccer for St. Christopher's and Collegiate. Collegiate does come out with the win with number 20 with number 24 Nazir Diggs Mahad having 3 of the 5 goals. He was all over the place, had many steals, was just a player to watch. It was all over the field, causing turnovers, making goals happen. The first goal of the game he caused, but he didn't score it, and then had the first 2 goals to really break away from St. Chris at the beginning of the second half to push it up to 3-0, and then had the last goal to top it off to finish his hat trick. But on the other hand, Connor Welch, even though allowing 5 goals, he had one heck of a game. 12 saves. 12 saves he had, and that is a lot of saves for any goalie anywhere, especially in soccer, and still allowing up 5 goals is crazy. So I would say the problem right there was more on the defense and them not getting back, because there were 3 one-on-one goals today. So that will be something to talk about. The coaches will talk about to the players today after the game and in the next 2 weeks for practices. But before I head off, there will be another stream later tonight around 7. That is your varsity boys soccer team against Collegiate at City Stadium. There should be a good crowd for both teams there. It's Collegiate senior night, and St. Chris always brings a student section to City Stadium, and especially against the Cougs. So this one's for the prep title, possibly, if, like you heard from Matt Sovich, if they win out and win these games, they will win prep. But if Collegiate wins this game, Collegiate is going to be the prep champions. So this game's for prep, most likely. So come out and support. If you can't come out, please watch the stream, which will be Edison and Wright Hilbert. So thank you for coming.